welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. I know y'all see me, y'all like, girl, you look good, period. So I thought maybe one time, once in a lifetime, I might actually come on here and not look like a bum, you know, do something with my face, do something with my hair or something like that. So this is what we got. I'm so glad that they stopped with that weed whacker, lawnmower, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I guess today is a story time, and I hope I'm not bleeding into the background. Let me lift this thing back a little bit so y'all can see my face. I do look good right now though. I don't do makeup at all I do is lashes and lip gloss. That's it, that's all. So all of this, you know, you might not see it again. This story time might be quick, might not be, I don't know, and hopefully I can keep my thoughts organized. We're gonna start off by saying that I went to this school. I went there from 7th to 12th grade, and this dude that came, we're going to name him Lawrence, because that is nowhere near his name, nor do I know or Lawrence. Lawrence ended up coming to the school 10th grade year, and I actually knew him from elementary and from 5th grade. Elementary went to school until 1st grade, so kindergarten and 1st grade, I guess you could say. And then he left the school. I still went to the same school, and then we ended up both going to a different school, but at the same time in the 5th grade. Like, I was a quiet kid, nothing like I am right now. I was a quiet and shy kid. I didn't really talk to nobody until 7th grade, so that was past the time that I already, you know, knew him, blah blah blah. The only interaction that I had with him prior to 10th grade was in the 1st grade. We ended up sitting by each other. It was a charter school, so we had assigned seats, and we ended up sitting by each other, you know, based off of the assigned seat. And he hit me on the butt with a yellow folder. I don't know why I remember the color, but I do. So he hit me on the butt with a yellow folder, and I told on him. I straight up, he just hit me on the butt with a folder. So he got in trouble, moved seats, blah blah blah. And I feel like I was probably like an irritating, annoying kid if I was to speak. But like I said, I did not talk that much, like at all, especially to strangers. And who is still okay, and especially if I liked you back then, I did not want you to know that I liked you. Why? I don't know. We ended up at the same school in the 10th grade because he came to the school that I was already at, and we ended up having like 2 classes together out of 8. I think it was 2 classes, but I know for sure it was 1. This teacher, I liked her, but everybody else did not like her because she was so sarcastic. And I liked her because she was sarcastic, but most of it, 99.9% of the time, she was not talking to me. It didn't bother me none that she was sarcastic, and I liked it. I liked the drama that I have nothing to do with, just sit there and watch from a close distance but a safe distance. Basically how her class was for me, until me and him ended up sitting by each other because she would switch our seats around sometimes, and me and him sat by each other. And this is when he first came to the school. Now I think I reminded him that we already knew each other or something, or he reminded me, I don't know. Like I said, we ended up in the same seating area, so we ended up talking a lot, becoming good friends. Hee ha ha. Yes, I thought he was cute, so it was an extra hee and ha ha, but he was funny to me, at least then. Ended up having the same class. Then she moved us because we just kept getting in trouble by each other, but mainly he would get in trouble because I would still be doing my work while we sitting up here talking, but obviously he did not. I ended up getting a C in the class, so I didn't do that much work. I didn't really care about my grades then either. I mean, I cared, but not cared. We ended up moving seats. We were still talking like hee and ha ha and all that stuff. Then that's the time that Kick was out. If you don't know what Kick is, you're probably too young to be on my channel. If you don't know what Kick is, you're probably too old to be on my channel. But if you're still watching, thank you. So we ended up kicking each other like back and forth, blah blah blah. I told him that I liked him, or he told me that he liked me, or something like that. Either way, it exchanged that we liked each other. So this was the beginning, right? This is when me and him first started talking. Long time talking. Months go by, whole nother school year. I think he got held back or something like that, or not at this time, but we still talking, blah blah blah. We are not in a relationship because I don't know why we wasn't in a relationship. But we're just gonna fast forward because I don't really remember what happened in the 11th grade. He was still at the school in the 11th grade, right? So we was both at the school. So the summer of 11th grade going into 12th, like the beginning of the summer, it was like April 14th or something like that. That's when we like was official, like we was together, or it was May 19th. It was one of the two, because you know, like in high school, you're still in school till June something. So we were still physically in school, and we were both at the same school. We was at school, we was going together. I was making excuses to stay after school because he was on the football team. Really, he was just ineligible more than half of the time, and I kept trying to tell him, like, the way you going with these grades, you're not gonna be able to play. Well, I ain't never been ineligible, I'm not gonna be ineligible. you're ineligible, sir. That's just how it went. I was in Youth Quest at the same time. I wasn't really in Youth Quest, but I was in Youth Quest at the time too, and I was in Upper Bound. So if you're in Upper Bound, you leave the school building after school Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I was also in cheer, so like I was making excuses to stay after school. Now the cheer and the Upper Bound were valid, but I did not care about going to Upper Bound. And the Youth Quest thing, that was solely to stay after school because he was after school. Because I mean, like during them days we only have like one class together, and my parents don't play that whole going to your house and stuff. I do look fine though, I look cute or whatever. So me and him ended up, you know, being official. We only went to the movies like maybe 2 or 3 times. I went with him and his mother to Kokomo. I went with him, his mom, and his brother because it was his brother's birthday. Them was not no real dates. First off, it's high school, so that don't really count anyway, to me at least. And it was like under strict rules and stuff from my peoples. So now we're just gonna fast forward. We were together for like a month and a half, if that, and I was having some spiritual convictions, so I broke up with him. Right now, this is after 2 years of talking. We was talking from 10th grade, all of 10th grade, all of 11th grade, because now it's the summer 11th grade going into 12th grade. So we were talking for 2 whole years just for me to break up with him after a month. My bad, sorry. But we were still talking even after that because we had a good bond. We really did. And I miss it, but I'm not gonna put this part in the video, but you know, talking about everything, laughing. And our arguments wasn't even arguments. It was just like, I guess you could say intense discussions, because it like literally was not arguments. And I just talk aggressively anyway, and so does he. So it just sounded like we're arguing, but we really wasn't. So all of summer go by, we was still talking, but not like talking. Then, now this is 12th grade year. He ended up moving schools, right? So he moved schools. I noticed that like his texting and stuff is kind of diminishing, and I'm not really liking it, but I'm not gonna say too much because I mean, it's during the school day. I'm in class. You supposed to be in class. You was already failing, so it's not like I'm trying to distract you even more. So I'm gonna let you get in your class, do what you gotta do, and I'm gonna do the same. Then here comes homecoming game, which is on Friday night. Then the next day will be homecoming, right? So October 14th was homecoming day or night, like the dance part. The dance was October 14th. I never went to any school dance other than father-daughter dance in like 2nd grade or 1st grade. I don't remember what happened and why he didn't ask me to the dance or something like that, but even though he was at a different school, it's only 2 high schools in Flint, so it's not like it was a stretch to go to somebody else's homecoming, whatever. So I didn't trip. I went by myself, and I'm going to insert pictures here because I looked good. The day before, that's what we're talking about right now. The day before, we were at the game. He was at the game. I was at the game. It was at his school because it was my school against his school. It's only 2 high schools in Flint at that point. We were both at the homecoming game. He with his friends. He and haha and blah blah. I'm with my friend. She gives me the courage and all that stuff to boost me up. So me and her go up there and sit in front of him. And I had the bundles in my head too. So you know, I was, you know, doing a little extra, doing the most, doing all of that. But I wasn't like ghetto or nothing like that. Like I'm speaking right now. Dang, it's getting hot in here. I'm about to let these windows back down. So me and him at the homecoming game, we talking blah blah blah. The game ended. I didn't have a truck at the time, obviously, because y'all saw that I just got my first truck or whatever. If you did not see that, you need to go watch the rest of my videos. I had a ride from my mama, so my mama dropped me off, and I wasn't cheering this year or this season. Bro, everybody and their mama just want to make noise while I'm trying to do this video. I don't know why I wasn't cheering, but I wasn't cheering. So the whole game I was sitting in front of him, going back and forth, going up to the caller's booth or whatever. For some reason, literally everywhere I go, I always have like some kind of different access, like just going beyond where like the general people go, and you know, that's just walking in the favor stuff. Love the Lord, amen. So I would go like up to the little announcer's booth or whatever, like because it was higher than where we were, come back down, sit in front of him, go to the bathroom, blah blah blah, like just moving because I'm a busybody or whatever. Then the game ended. Like I said, my mom, she's the one that dropped me off, so she was the one that's going to pick me up. Now I have to strategically think, first off, to maximize my time in talking to this boy, and I can't call my mama too late because then she gonna know that the game been over because there ain't nobody in this parking lot, and we only live down the street from the school anyway, so it wasn't gonna take her like no time to get there. Me and him talking, we blah 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 blah. He talking about some I miss you, all that stuff. Like we are in a deep conversation. This was the first time me and him talking face to face since sometime in the summer. Now this is October, so it was sometime like early summer. That was the last time me and him talk face to face. It's game night for homecoming, like I keep saying, just to make sure that y'all remember that it's the game night, which is the day before the game, or before the which is the day before homecoming, the dance. Me and him talking, it's going, it's vibing, it's like, it's all of that in a bag of chips. The next day comes, I'm texting him, you know, I'm getting ready for homecoming, and I'm not texting him that I'm getting ready for homecoming. It's just like, I'm texting him, and he barely answering back. Now, this is not very new, but the way that he wasn't answering back, it was like, okay, what's up with you? Because I don't know what just happened between last night and today, but something is different. I get all ready for homecoming, blah, blah, blah. I end up there. Now, he did not tell me this whole time if he was going to homecoming or if he wasn't going to the dance. I'm at the dance. I'm like kind of looking for him. It's not really a kind of, but it's not like I'm strong, you know, breaking my neck to see where he at, but I am kind of, you know, slightly getting a little whiplash trying to see where he was at. You catch my drift? You catch what I'm saying? I see that he not there. I'm still texting him. He answered like 2 times during the day, and this is only in text because I don't think I called him, or if I did, he didn't answer. And this is like 3 years later that I'm even talking about this, so I remember, but I ain't like remembering. He not answering this whole time. I'm like, okay, that's crazy, but whatever. I get to the dance. It's about maybe an hour into it. He still ain't answered all day. Then I get a text, and I'm gonna put it on the screen because I don't remember exactly what it said, but it was something to the magnitude of, I'm cutting you off for another girl. I don't remember what was said before that, but I know that that was said in those exact words. I'm cutting you off for another girl. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, are you playing? Because he was like a jokester type person. Not like pranks or nothing, but like he played too much. Are you for real? Like, you serious? But I was kind of getting like the sense that he was serious simply because he was not answering me the whole day. And he was like, yeah, I'm serious. So I blew up his phone calling him. I blew up his phone. And I did the dramatic thing of like, where my phone at? I did the dramatic thing like, are you for real? Like, you serious? Like, oh my gosh, are you for real? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. Like, you could have did this any other day, but today you choose while I'm at the freaking dance to say something. That's what happened. And come to find out later on, like, I wasn't, to be honest, I don't think in the moment I was as heartbroken as I was portraying, because I wanted you to know, like, you're not about to sit up here and mess with me like this. You're not about to mess with my emotions. But at the same time, it was like in my head, and this happened when I found out that old dude cheated on me too. It's like, I guess it's surreal. It's not like I don't believe you, it's just it didn't process yet, so it's still like on the surface of me believing it. So it's like, that's really how I was feeling it inside. But I really did make myself cry just to like say that I cried about it, really. So I cried about it, but I didn't like cry about it, maybe at that time. But then like later on down the road, that was not the last time I talked to him. And he told me later, like way later, like college later, summer before college type later, that really he was talking to this other girl. Like, he was talking to her about me because we did go together. We was talking for forever and a day to even go together. He was telling her about me, and they ended up talking or whatever. She was telling him like, you gotta cut her off if you're gonna be with me and blah blah. So that's when he sent that text. And in my head, I'm still like, but you could have did that any other day than the day of a dance that I was at, that I was trying to enjoy. The thing that's really blowing me is the night before, me and him talking it up, child, like talking it up. Then the next day, boom. But that did kind of hurt. That did hurt my little heart or whatever. But we ain't gonna get too much deep into that because I'm still a real G. Still a savage. Sensitive, but still a savage. I guess that's the end of this. So, don't even mind what I look like. No, I didn't cut my hair. I just look a really hot mess. It's 4:03 in the morning. And I just forgot to tell y'all that. Also that night, right after getting off the phone with him, I was just like about ready to go. So I went to go get my stuff. Found my purse on the floor because somebody stole all my money. Like, okay, there is like a whole bunch of junk that happened afterwards, but I don't know what's going on between me and him right now, because I guess you could say it's nothing, but like I ain't talked to him in over a year. I don't even remember how we just stopped talking. That's the end of this story time. There's really no update to it because I can't think of anything else to say right now. We're just gonna admire the fact that I look good in this sunlight. And while you're doing that, like this video because it's another story time. Has somebody ever cut you off? Like, I really want to know, because that was the first time that somebody like told me that they was cutting me off, and was for real too. So I felt some type of way. Subscribe to my channel, obviously, because if you didn't, what are you doing? You're in a quarantine. What are you doing? Watch me. Admire the cuteness, the beauty, and say peace and chicken grease. Peace, peace, peace and chicken. Peace, peace and chicken. Peace. I look bomb as diggity, you know, bomb as I don't know what. So I realized that I forgot to mention who the winner was for the giveaway, and I'm gonna just put it bloop, bloop, right here. I'm gonna need you to like add me on Snapchat and then like put in the what you call them things when you like swipe up or something like that, or chat somebody that you was the winner, because then we can discuss like the shipping and all that stuff and blah 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 blah. Because I mean, I don't know where I'm shipping it to unless you say where I'm shipping it to. Right. I think that was it.